Today is Sunday, March 22nd, 2020. I am Julie Hankinson, and this is the view out my window. Welcome to the Great Reset. I have heard several people using this term lately. They don't want to call it the new Great Depression or anything like that. So they are calling this the Great Reset. It's like we're pushing the reset button, not only on our lives, but on our finances, on fashion, on the government, on, of course, the virus. Just, it seems, which ultimately will trickle down into our healthcare system. Some people are even saying that this is like lighting a match, and it's just burning up what we currently know and have been tolerating even for quite a while. So perhaps pushing the reset button is a good term for this. So I'm going with that. We are looking at our new reality, which is the Great Reset. Anyway, I couldn't resist. Oh, goodness gracious. Gotta find your humor where you can. So, how are you going to reset your life? Some things we will be forced to reset very abruptly, especially if you have lost your job. Again, rather abruptly. Many people are being forced into a prepper existence, if you will. I mean, not that long ago, the media and everyone was making fun of preppers, and now people are making runs on toilet paper and water and canned goods, and our shelves are bare in many areas of our grocery stores. Speaking of toilet paper, it's like there's this new awareness. When you go to the bathroom, how many squares of toilet paper am I using? Am I using toilet paper too fast? Should I slow my intake of use of toilet paper? Am I going to have enough toilet paper to last? Should I buy some more next opportunity I have? It's just, there's a new fascination with the amount of toilet paper we use and where it comes from and how much we use and if we're going to have enough to last. It has just totally gotten out of hand. And I find myself doing that. It's like this, exerting of control over one area of my life, and even if it's just toilet paper. But this is all part of the Great Reset. This is resetting our thought processes. And yes, it's extremely scary because so many of the life variables that we are used to just having, we have our little set routines, that, you get up in the morning at such and such a time, you have the coffee maker, or you have your protein shake, and you go to work and you work so many hours and then you come home and you crash, and all these things that have been our habits in the past have now, in so many cases, just been tossed out the window. And our lives are just so different, and they're evolving, not month to month or even week to week, but on a daily basis. We are having to readjust how we think about different people, different cultures, how we get our food, how we interact with our families. I saw a cute little blurb the other day that the rich are going to have an inordinate amount of divorces as they are in isolation together, husband and wives, and they're not traveling and they're having to put up with each other. So, on the other side, there's going to be a baby boom since we have a lot of people who are probably just trying to release their anxiety in a more relaxing way. That said, or another side, they said that the three best things that you can do to help yourself through this, well, one of them is sleep, and the other is to de-stress. So you should be learning to practice meditation or knitting or crocheting. All have been shown to have value for de-stressing. So that one of them was de-stressing. The other was sleep. And the third one, of course, was exercise. And you're sitting here going, I'm stuck in my apartment and I'm supposed to be exercising. All right, good time to take up ballet, I guess. I don't know. I've got some little 3-pound weights, or you can lift cans if you get desperate and you don't have any weights. But I keep telling myself I'm going to do that, and I've put it off for over 5 days now, so I gotta do that. Also, we're supposed to be, they suggest taking a multivitamin, definitely. And, of course, the ubiquitous washing of hands, whether it be to I Will Survive, or the Backstreet Boys, or, all these cute little refrains. There's a lot that have been going on, which is rather fun. I really like the fact that the extroverts out there are finding ways to gain their energy with it online karaoke or making up all these fun songs and dances and stuff, whereas those of us who are introverts are going, yes, cancel this appointment, cancel that. Oh yes, I'm snuggling into my sweats and I'll talk to someone maybe next week. Yeah. We're just enjoying playing hermit to the hilt. And it's really, I gotta tell you the truth, I'm looking forward to teleworking next week, because I'm actually only going into the office 2 days, and the rest of the time I'm going to be at home, just me and my computer. And I'm going, whoa, I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't want to. It's like, oh, well, there are advantages to this. You have to have a sense of humor, or you get really depressed. So let's push that great reset button, and let's think about our health and our wealth and our happiness. Because health-wise, unfortunately, I have been too close to the fridge, personally. So I have actually put on almost 1.5 pounds, in the last week, because I've been overeating too many starches instead of, really healthy food. So, extrapolating here, I'm going, I hope that you are not giving in to the lure of the fridge and that you are better at eating healthy than I am. If not, let's all work on this together. So, as far as our wealth goes, we all need to be preparing not just for 6 months of an emergency fund, but a 9-month emergency fund. We don't know what the heck is going on. Now, your emergency fund doesn't have to necessarily be all cash. You could be stocking up your pantry on canned goods or beans or rice or toilet paper or whatever you want to stock up on, because stocking up on assets right now, that's just, means that you don't have to pay an inflated price later on. Because, oh my gosh, going on to Amazon and seeing that $499 for 78 rolls of toilet paper was amazing wake-up call. And I was on Amazon this morning looking for just restocking things like olive oil and cocoa mix. And it's prices are creeping up there already. You would think that with layoffs and unemployment and the financial situation, that we would have some, sales or something going on. But I think everybody knows the value of their product, and there's definitely a scarcity factor being valued into the cost nowadays. So, definitely purchase some food items, extra food items next time you go to the grocery store. If and when you go, if you're not in a quarantine situation right now, as many people are. And we have to remember that this social distancing not only is a benefit to us, but to others as well. Because if we get sick, we are in a position where we can contaminate many other people, and they can get sick as well. And even though we may have a high chance of recovering, they may not. And we do not want to be responsible for someone else's death because of our selfishness. And please, please, just continue to be thoughtful. And I know you want to stock up on foods. I do too. But let's not take everything that's on the shelf unless it's the last can. Then you have permission to get the last can on the shelf. So with that, again, wash your hands, obviously, but have a little fun while you're doing it, singing whoever makes you happy, whatever little refrain, for your 20 seconds of washing time. Don't overdo it with the bleach. Don't, whatever you do, mix your bleach with any other cleaning products, because that can be a toxic gas release, literally. And I mean that. Really, oh my gosh. That's a good way to kill yourself right there. Do watch your finances. I know they're saying we can put off filing our income tax, but hey, if you've got time, do your taxes now. Don't put it off. Get that tax refund. Well, sure, if you owe money, you can put off paying that because they're allowing you to do that. But at least get your taxes filed and get check that box. Get one thing off your to-do list so that you will feel better and more in control about your life. Because we got to take our little wins where we can get them here. I know we're all at home. To me, that leads to overeating, but we need to take our wins, control what we can of our health and our eating habits, our exercise habits, our sleep habits. Let's look for humor in life, whether it's escaping into a movie. That is perfectly acceptable, because whenever you're in a movie or watching a movie, you completely release yourself, your ego, and you're completely in another place where you're not worrying about infection or viruses or money. And this is a good just de-stressing that you can do, along with meditation, of course, or knitting or crocheting or whatever it is that helps to relax you. Even rocking a baby is a good one. And our wealth, we definitely want to get our taxes done and to, it's create a budget if you don't have a budget. Figure out how you can contribute $5 or even $3 to build your emergency fund, because you're going to need that 100 or 200 or 500, whether it's buying groceries or paying rent or paying a bill. There are all these little emergencies just pop up out of nowhere, and it's good to have that to fall back on. And again, that way you have less stress regarding your finances. And if you have the opportunity to, find a sale on food, as long as it's healthy food and it's not past its expiration date or anything, well, add a couple of extra items to your basket and anticipate the fact that we're going to have inflation coming up. Because right now we are going down into a depression. We are suffering. We are in a recession, let's put it that way. And we will have a depression because people cannot go to work and we cannot produce items. And when you do not produce items or income, then your GDP goes down, and that is the definition of a recession. And then we will go into depression. And then to come out of the depression, we'll go into inflation and all this other economic falderall. And what it boils down to is you have to plan ahead and you have to be proactive. And this is your chance to be proactive instead of reactive. This is your chance to press reset on your finances, on your health, and on your life and your attitude, and to create a new future, especially if you have the time to stay at home. Well, go online and go to one of the free courses and learn a new skill that you can put on your resume and make your life better going forward. This is Julie, and I wish you all the best. And please do share and like and subscribe, and we'll see you all back here again tomorrow. Good night.